Guys, Gordon here. Now, what we have here is question 18. Set 1 is 3 times cos pi over 6 plus I times pi over 6. Set 2 is 2 root 3 minus 2y. Evaluate set 1 multiplied by set 2. Now, we're currently enclosed in a chapter that's all about multiplying this, using this formula here to find out what set 1 multiplied by set 2 is. Currently, this one here is speaking Japanese because it's in polar form. The other one's in regular rectangular form. They're speaking different languages. So what we're going to do is we're going to convert set 2 to speak the same language as the other one. And then we're going to use the formula below. So what I suggest we do here is we draw a XY plane and we figure out what part this complex number is in. The real number is 2 root 3. So what we do is we go 2 root 3 across. And then it wants 2 down because it's minus 2y, which is 2 down. So this represents this complex number here, which is represented by the blue line. Now this blue line is 2 root 3 across and 2 down. I have to find out what is the angle. That's one thing I have to find out. What is the angle? So I'm going to find out what angle x is first. Tan x is 2 over 2 root 3. And then we're going to tan x equals tan inverse 2 over 2 root 3. And what do you get for that? I think it's either 30 or 60. I'll get it for you now. So what we're going to do is tan inverse 2 divided by 2 root 3. Now I'm currently in radian mode, which is a problem. But it actually gives me pi over 6, and I know pi over 6 is 30 degrees. So, that there, angle there, x is 30 degrees. What does that mean about the rest of the angle going around here? It's 330. Okay? So, it's 330. So, what we're going to get next, guys, is we now know what 330 is. We know the angle is 330. Okay? What I have to figure out next is what is the length, or what's the modulus. Because remember, polar form is r times cos theta plus I sine theta. We already know that theta equals 330 degrees. Now what r represents the modulus? The modulus is the square root of the real part plus the imaginary part squared, which is the square root of 2 root 3 squared plus minus 2 squared. And what that's going to give me is, it's going to give me 12 plus 4, it's going to be square root of 16, r equals 4. Now guys, we can write this in polar form right now. The polar form is going to be r is 4, that's going to be cos 330 plus I sine 330. Okay? So what we're going to get here, that's it done for us already. Now, next thing it wants us to do is it wants us to multiply set 2, which is here, by set 1, which is over here. Now, let's make a list. What's R1 in this question? R1 is 3. This is what you asked me earlier, Patrick. R2 is 4. Angle A, pi over 6. Angle B. Now, angle B is 330. So, currently speaking, they're not speaking the same language as each other. One is in degrees and the other one's in radians. So let's change 330. Okay? We'll do it at 330. What you do is you divide it by 180. And add on a pi on top. And you get 5 pi over 6. 11 pi over 6. Okay? So it's 11 pi over 6. B is 11 pi over 6. Now, in this question we're multiplying, so we have to figure out what A plus B is. A plus B, anybody? 12 pi over 6, which is 2 pi. Now, follow your equation exactly as it is. R1 multiplied by R2 is going to be 12. 12 bracket cos 2 pi plus I sine 2 pi. And then cos 2 pi I think is 1. Will somebody check cos 360 in the calculator? I think it's going to be 12 plus 0i. So the answer is going to be 12. Sine 2 pi is 0. Okay, and that's our complex number done. Any questions on that one?
No.
Okay guys, so the next one is question 19, okay? So we can see here from question 19, what we have here is said 1 is 2 pi over 6 plus I sine pi over 6. Said 2 is 3 cos pi over 3 plus I sine pi over 3. If said 3 equals said 1 multiplied by said 2, express said 3 in the form a plus bi. Okay, very easy. Once again, follow this formula ridiculously to the letter. Now this formula is not stored in your tables, you got to memorize it off. To memorize it off really quickly, when you're multiplying them, you multiply the moduluses and you add the angles. Okay, and that's what you do. Simon, you have a question?
Yeah, I just don't really understand the formula, like how the actual formula works.
Okay, so the formula works.
Not like how it works, but I don't understand
Why it works?
I don't understand the formula.
Okay, so the formula is any two complex numbers multiplied by each other when they're in polar form is R1 multiplied by R2, and then it's going to be cos of the two separate angles added together plus I sine the two angles added together again. So what I do in every question is I make a list of what each thing is. I need to know what R1 is and R2 is to begin with. R1 is always the number outside the polar form of the first complex number. R1 has to be 2. R2 is the modulus of the second complex number, which is 3, because it's on the outside. Then angle A is the angle of the first complex number, and there's my A value there. A is pi over 6. B is the value of the second, is the angle of the second complex number, which is pi over 3. I then look at my equation again and I go, oh, I'm actually using A plus B. So I'll write in the corner, what is A plus B? And in this case, it's actually a pi over 6 plus pi over 3. I'll put that into the calculator, and what I'd get is pi over 2. Okay? Now that I have my list made up, I'm going to just follow the formula extremely rigidly. So R1 multiplied by R2 is 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6. Then I'm looking down at this part here. It's going to be cos pi over 2, because that's what A plus B is.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be I sine pi over 2. Once again, that's exactly what A plus B is. And now I'm going to use the calculator. I know that cos 90 or cos pi over 2 is 0. So use the calculator, 6 cos pi over 2. And then use 6 sine pi over 2, which is going to get you 6i. So the answer there is 0 plus 6i.
Okay, did you have your calculator ready as well for all that?
Yeah, so like if I just really wanted to do it, I'll just say, it's in radians already, so I'll just say 6 sine pi over 2, and then that will give me 6. And then I don't waste too much time, I just go backwards like so, and then just delete, and then just press cos pi over 6 is 0. Okay. Next thing I do then is I just read it. It wants me to form a quadratic equation with root z 3 and z bar 3. Now this all goes back to
And you just found Z3 then?
I found Z3 because Z3 is Z1 multiplied by Z2. Okay, and therefore Z conjugate of minus Z3 is
minus
6i. Then, unfortunately, once again, this question is not so much difficult as it is stuff that's not in your tables. It's going to be z squared minus sum times z plus product. Okay? So, when I add the two of these together, what do I get?
0.
I get 0 z. It doesn't exist. And the product, what's 6i multiplied by minus 6i?
Minus 3 6i squared.
minus 36i squared, and minus 36i squared is?
Plus 36.
Plus 36. So, the middle doesn't exist, and so it's going to be z squared plus 36 equals 0. Okay? No, that's it. It's just asking you to form. If you solve it, you'll just get those two back as your answers.
Oh yeah, you will.
It's like if you're we're given the answers from the equation. If you solve that, you just get your answers back, and you're back where you started. So form the equation. Okay, guys.